Well, I've always been a record collector, and previously when I was buying records to look for little snippets of sound to use in my tracks, it was funk and soul and new groove and all these kind of things that contain great Rhodes and pianos and guitars. But I've got to be honest with you, everyone today has got a great Rhodes sample or a great piano sample. They're 10 a penny, they're all over the place. And so what I've tended to start buying the last couple of years is stuff that's made out of instruments that are a little bit different. I mean, I can't pronounce the names of a couple of these things because they're like, strange South American instruments like the lujon and the active marimbo and the dubaki and the baron he. I mean, I don't know what these things are, but on these things here, KPM Music Library vinyls, they're beautiful. They contain loads and loads of really interesting hits, bits of percussion, bits of music almost that have been made out of manipulating drums and the kind of resonance you get inside of big timpanis and turning those into kind of weird swishes and drones and stuff. That's my pride and joy, shapes and percussion right there. But these things are becoming a little bit rarer. If you want a good copy, pay £10–15 for something. You walk into a record store and you expect to buy all the £2.99 records and come home with some gold. You're probably not going to. You're probably going to come home with something that's quite scratched, something that's not that interesting. I think the point is about some of these things. I mean, this is Walter Carlos is a favourite of mine. He's someone who's always given me a lot of musical inspiration, and it's all pretty weird stuff. It's kind of drones and ambient soundscapes, but it's all real. This is all stuff made by rubbing two bottles together and running pieces of metal across from each other in big cathedrals. All really interesting sounds, and there's a lot of them out there. He's a great name. Philip Glass, another great composer who's made a lot of kind of pretty cheesy 80s synth stuff. But if you can find some of the stuff that, that's what this is really, to be honest with you. The Mishkina stuff is pretty cheesy 80s stuff, but it's got great sample potential. And lastly, I just wanna say a big up to this man, James Galway, who I mean, this is a ridiculous looking kind of Riverdance style LP, but the music on here is fantastic and it's well recorded. And the best part about all of these things, because it didn't come from blogs, because they didn't come from MP3s, and because I've got a pretty good needle on that turntable over there, on here is free warmth, free analog warmth, all in all of this. And that's, I guess, the greatest advantage to taking little snippets from vinyl, because it sits there in the tune and people can hear it on the other side.